My name is Harper. I am 24 years old. I live with my father. We live in a small house. The house is quiet. My father and I live alone. My parents separated many years ago. I was a young girl then. It was a very difficult time. My mother left us. Her name is Victoria. She was a beautiful woman. She was always elegant. She had nice clothes. She walked with confidence. She had a strong personality. My father loved her very much, but my mother made a bad choice. She hurt my father deeply. She cheated on him. She fell in love with another man. Then she left us. She went away with that man. My father was very sad. He cried many times. I was also very sad. I felt angry too. I was angry at my mother. She broke our family. She caused us so much pain. I hated her for that. I hated her for many years. Life became quiet after she left. It was just my father and me. We learned to live without her. We cooked together. We ate together. We watched television together. We talked in the evenings. We became very close. This was our new life. We had each other. That was enough. Many years passed. I became an adult. I finished school. I got a job. My father was proud of me. We were happy together. We did not talk about my mother. We tried to forget her. But the pain was still there. It was deep inside our hearts. One day, the phone rang. I answered it. It was my mother. Her voice was happy. She sounded excited. She said hello to me. She asked about my life. I did not know what to say. I felt strange. I had not heard her voice for years. Then she told me some news. She was going to get married again. I was very surprised. I did not expect this. She said the man's name was Elias. She told me about him. He was 40 years old. He was very successful. He was rich. He had a good job. He was also very handsome. She talked about him for a long time. She was very happy. She loved him very much. I listened to her words. I felt many different feelings. I felt confused. I felt curious too. I wondered about this man. Who was he? What was he like? Would he be good to my mother? I did not know. My mother invited me to lunch. She wanted me to meet Elias. I said yes. I wanted to see him. I wanted to see my mother too. I had many questions. I needed answers. The day came. I went to a nice restaurant. My mother was there. Elias was with her. I saw them together. My mother looked very beautiful. She wore a pretty dress. Her hair was perfect. She smiled at me. Elias stood up. He shook my hand. He said hello. Elias was a handsome man. He had dark hair. His eyes were brown. They were deep eyes. He looked at me. His look was strong. He wore expensive clothes. His shirt was clean. His shoes were shiny. He looked very successful. He looked like a man with power. We sat down. We ordered food. We talked. My mother held Elias's hand. She laughed at his jokes. She looked very happy. Elias was polite to me. He asked me questions. He asked about my job. He asked about my hobbies. He seemed interested. He listened to my answers. I watched them together. They looked perfect. They looked like a happy couple. But I felt strange inside. I felt something grow in my heart. It was not happiness for my mother. It was something different. It was something darker. Then a thought came to me. It was a bad thought. It was a terrible thought. But it felt very strong. My mother had hurt my father. She had caused him so much pain. She had broken his heart. She had destroyed our family. Maybe I could hurt her back. Maybe I could make her feel pain too. I looked at Elias again. My mother loved him. I could see that. She loved him very much. If I could take him away from her, if I could make him like me, then she would feel the same pain. She would know how my father felt. She would understand our suffering. This would be my revenge. The thought stayed with me. It grew stronger every day. I could not forget it. I thought about it all the time. I made a plan. I decided to do it. I would take Elias from my mother. I would make him want me. I would hurt her like she hurt us. I started my plan soon. I visited my mother often. I went to their house. I dressed nicely. I wore my best clothes. I wore pretty dresses. I wore nice shoes. I wanted to look beautiful. I wanted Elias to notice me. I talked to Elias many times. I smiled at him. I was very friendly. I asked him questions. I listened to his answers. I laughed at his jokes. I tried to be interesting. I tried to be charming. I wanted him to like me. Elias started to notice me. I could see it in his eyes. He looked at me more. He talked to me more. When my mother was busy, he came to talk to me. We had conversations. They were not long conversations, but they felt important. He asked about my life. He asked about my dreams. He seemed to care. His voice was warm. It made me feel special. I enjoyed our talks. I felt excited. I felt powerful. My plan was working. Elias was interested in me. I could see it clearly. I was winning. My mother started to notice. She watched us carefully. She looked at me with angry eyes. She did not like what she saw. She spoke to me one day. She told me to stop. She said I was playing a dangerous game. She warned me, but I did not listen. I did not care about her warning. I wanted to continue. I wanted to hurt her more. But then something changed, something I did not expect. The plan started to feel different. It was not just a game anymore. Real feelings started to grow inside me. I thought about Elias all the time. I remembered his voice. I remembered his face. I remembered his kind words. I started to have feelings for him. These were real feelings. They were not part of the plan. My mother had a party one evening. Many people came to their house. There was music. There was food. There were many guests. Everyone was happy. Everyone was talking and laughing. I went to the party. I wore my best dress. I looked very beautiful that night. I saw Elias across the room. He looked very handsome. He wore a nice suit. My heart beat faster. I wanted to talk to him. Later, I went to the garden. The garden was quiet. The air was cool. The stars were bright in the sky. I was alone. Then Elias came to the garden. He saw me there. He walked over to me. He smiled. He said hello. We started to talk. We talked for a long time. We talked about many things. I told him about my childhood. I told him about my life with my father. I told him about my dreams. Elias listened carefully. He did not interrupt me. He understood me. Elias told me about his life too. He talked about his work. He talked about his dreams. He talked about his hopes for the future. I learned many things about him. He was more than just a rich man. He was a good person. He was thoughtful. He was kind. I felt a strong connection to him. The feeling was very powerful. It was different from before. It was not about revenge anymore. I did not want to hurt my mother. I just wanted to be with Elias. I wanted him for myself. I had real feelings for him. I think I loved him. The days passed. My feelings grew stronger. I thought about Elias every day. I dreamed about him at night. I could not hide my feelings anymore. They were too strong. I needed to tell someone. I needed to tell the truth. I decided to tell my mother. It was a very difficult decision. I knew she would be angry, but I had to be honest. I had to tell her about my feelings. I loved Elias. It was the truth. One afternoon, I found my mother alone. My heart was beating very fast. I was very nervous, but I was also determined. I took a deep breath. I spoke to her. I said her name. She looked at me. I told her I needed to talk. She nodded. I told her the truth. I said I loved Elias. I said I had feelings for him. The words came out slowly. Each word was difficult. My mother's face changed immediately. Her eyes opened wide. She was very surprised. Then her face turned red. She became very angry. She stood up quickly. She shouted at me. She asked how I could say such things. Elias was her husband. He was not mine. How could I love him? How could I do this to her? My mother was furious. She shouted more. Her voice was very loud. I had never seen her so angry. It was frightening. I felt scared, but I did not take back my words. They were true. I loved Elias. After that day, my mother did not talk to me. Many days passed in silence. The house was full of tension. The air felt heavy. My mother also talked to Elias. She told him to stay away from me. She told him not to talk to me. She told him to forget me. She was very clear about her wishes. But Elias did not obey her. He did not stay away. He found ways to contact me. Sometimes he sent me notes. Sometimes he sent messages to my phone. These messages were secret. They were only for me. Elias told me he had feelings for me too. He said he thought about me. He said our connection was special. He said he felt the same way. I read every message carefully. My heart beat faster each time. I believed his words. They felt true. They felt honest. I thought maybe this was real love. Maybe Elias and I were meant to be together. Maybe this was destiny. I felt scared. I also felt happy. It was a strange mix of feelings. I knew this was dangerous. My mother was very angry, but I also felt hopeful. I believed Elias truly cared about me. I believed our love was real. This gave me strength. This made me brave. Elias and I started to meet in secret. It was exciting. It was also scary. We knew my mother would be furious if she found out. We had to be very careful. We chose quiet places. We went to small cafes. They were far from home. We sat in corners. We talked quietly. Elias held my hand under the table. His touch was warm. It made me happy. He told me I was special. He said I was different from other people. He said he had never met anyone like me. His words filled my heart with joy. Sometimes we walked at night. The streets were dark and empty. We walked in parks. We walked by the river. Trees hid us from view. Elias put his arm around me. He kissed me softly. Each kiss was special. Each kiss made my heart race. He said many sweet things to me. He said I was beautiful. He said I was smart. He said he loved me. I believed every word. I felt like I was in a dream. It was a beautiful dream. I never wanted to wake up. I felt so alive during those times. I felt like a new person. I believed this was true love. I believed Elias was the man for me. I imagined our future together. I saw us living together. I saw us being happy. I wanted that future very much. My mother noticed something was wrong. She saw Elias was different. He was distant from her. He was quiet. He did not smile at her much. He seemed far away. She tried many things to win him back. She cooked his favorite food. She bought him expensive gifts. She planned trips. Nothing worked. Elias remained distant. Elias's eyes always looked for me. When we were all together, his eyes found mine. He gave me secret smiles. I felt powerful. I felt like I was winning. My mother was losing him. I was taking him from her. It was a strange feeling. It was not nice, but it also made me feel strong. One evening, something important happened. My mother spoke to Elias. She was very serious. She told him he had to choose. He needed to choose between her and me. She gave him an ultimatum. She wanted an answer. I was there too. I heard everything. My heart was beating so fast. I felt scared. I also felt hopeful. What would he say? Would he choose me? Or would he choose my mother? I waited for his answer. Elias looked at my mother. Then he looked at me. His eyes were deep. He was silent for a moment. The silence felt very long. Then he spoke. His voice was calm. He said he wanted to be with me. He chose me. I could not believe it. My breath stopped. My heart felt like it would explode. He chose me. He chose me over my mother. It was a huge moment. It felt unreal. It felt like a dream. That same night we left. We did not plan it much. We decided quickly. We packed some things. We left my mother's house. We drove away in his car. I felt excited. I also felt worried. We stayed in a hotel. It was far from the city. In the hotel room, I told myself many things. This was my new life. I would be happy with Elias. We would build a future together. I believed it completely. I truly did. But happiness did not last long. Soon people started to talk. News spread quickly. People whispered about us. My friends looked at me strangely. It was difficult. It was uncomfortable. My family was very angry. My father called me. His voice was full of disappointment. He said he could not believe what I had done. He said I had betrayed everyone. He was very hurt. My mother called too. She cried on the phone. She called me terrible names. She said I was a traitor. She said I had stolen her husband. I tried to be strong. I tried to ignore the bad feelings. I wanted to focus on Elias. I wanted to focus on our love, but it was hard. The words hurt me. They stayed in my mind. They made me feel bad, but I had Elias. He was good to me. He bought me many gifts. He took me to nice restaurants. He took me to beautiful places. Every day he told me he loved me. He said I was the only one. I believed him. I trusted him completely. A few months passed. Our life became more normal. We dated openly now. Some people still talked, but I tried to ignore them. I felt safe with Elias. I thought my sacrifice was worth it. I thought he was my destiny. Then one day, everything changed. It was a sunny afternoon. I was walking alone. I was near a popular restaurant. Suddenly, I saw someone. It was Elias. My heart started to beat fast. I was happy to see him, but he was not alone. He was with a girl. She was very young. She looked about 20 years old. She had long, dark hair. She had a bright smile. They were standing close together. Elias was holding her hand. They laughed together. My breath caught. I could not move. I watched them. I did not want to see, but I could not look away. My eyes could not believe it. It felt like a nightmare. I hid behind something. I watched them. They walked down the street. They held hands. Then Elias stopped. He turned to the girl. He smiled at her. Then he kissed her. It was a long kiss. It was a soft kiss. My whole world fell apart. It felt like everything broke inside me. I felt terrible pain in my chest. It was the worst pain ever. I had left my family for Elias. My mother hated me. My father was disappointed. I had lost everyone for him. I had stolen him from my own mother. Now he was doing the same thing to me. He was with another woman. He had betrayed me. All my hopes died in that moment. All my dreams turned to dust. I felt completely alone. I felt utterly broken. I saw Elias the next day. My heart was very heavy. I asked him about the young woman. I wanted answers. I needed the truth. He looked away from me. He said he was confused. He said he needed time. He said I was special, but his words felt empty. They felt like lies. I knew he was lying. My mind became very clear then. I had given up everything for him. I had hurt my family. I had left my old life. Now he was doing the same to me. He was betraying me. The revenge I wanted for my father had come back. It had come back to hurt me instead. I told him I could not stay. My voice was quiet, but it was also strong. I said goodbye. He did not try to stop me. He did not say sorry. He just watched me leave. Each step was heavy. Each step took me away from my dreams. I had nowhere to go. I thought about my mother. Maybe she would forgive me. I went to her house. I knocked on the door. She opened it. Her eyes were cold. They were hard. She did not invite me inside. She told me I made my choice. She said she could not forgive me. Her words cut me like a knife. She closed the door. I stood there alone. Then I thought about my father. He always loved me. I went to his house. He opened the door slowly. He looked tired. He looked sad. He did not shout at me. He just looked at me. His eyes showed deep disappointment. He said he did not know me anymore. He told me I had to live with my choices. He asked me to leave. I walked away from his house. Everything felt dark. Everything felt hopeless. I was completely alone. Elias did not come after me. I heard later he was happy with the new girl. She was younger than me. She was probably more exciting. My world had fallen apart completely. I started all this for revenge. I wanted my mother to suffer. I wanted her to feel pain, but the plan changed. It became something else. It became a storm. The storm destroyed everything. I wanted love, but I found only pain. I had lost my family. My mother hated me now. My father was sad and disappointed. I lost Elias's love, but his love was never real. It was always a lie. I lost my home. I lost my peace. I lost everything that mattered. My heart was full of regret. I had made terrible choices. I had hurt everyone. I had hurt myself, most of all. This was the hard lesson I learned. Revenge does not bring happiness. It only brings more pain. It destroys everything good. It leaves you with nothing. Now I am alone. I have no family. I have no love. I have no home. I have only my memories. They are painful memories. They remind me of my mistakes. They remind me of what I lost. I thought I was so clever. I thought I was so strong. I thought I could control everything. But I was wrong. I was so wrong. I destroyed my own life. I destroyed everything with my own hands. If I could go back, I would change everything. I would never start this terrible plan. I would forgive my mother. I would stay with my father. I would live a simple, quiet life. I would be happy with what I had, but I cannot go back. Time only moves forward. The past is gone. I can only live with my choices now. I found a small apartment. It was very cheap. The walls were thin. The paint was old. The windows were dirty. But it was all I could afford. I moved in with one bag. I had very few things. Most of my belongings stayed behind. They belonged to my old life. That life was gone now. The apartment was empty. There was a bed. There was a small table. There was one chair. The rooms felt cold. They felt lonely. I sat on the bed that first night. I looked around. The silence was very loud. It filled every corner. I had never felt so alone. I got a job at a store. It was not a good job. The pay was low. The work was hard. I stood all day. My feet hurt. My back hurt. The manager was not kind. She shouted at me sometimes. The customers were rude. They complained about everything. But I needed the money. I had to eat. I had to pay rent. Every morning I woke up early. The room was dark. I made tea. The tea was cheap. It did not taste good. I drank it anyway. I got dressed. I looked in the small mirror. My face looked tired. My eyes were sad. I did not recognize myself anymore. I walked to work. The streets were busy. People rushed past me. They had places to go. They had people to see. I was invisible to them. Nobody looked at me. Nobody knew my story. Nobody cared. At work, I tried to smile. I tried to be polite. I said hello to customers. I helped them find things. I answered their questions, but inside I felt empty. My heart was hollow. Every day felt the same. Every day was hard. At night, I walked home slowly. My legs were tired. My whole body was tired. I climbed the stairs to my apartment. The stairs were old. They creaked under my feet. I opened my door. The empty apartment greeted me. The silence was waiting. I ate simple food, rice, bread, sometimes vegetables. I could not afford much. I ate alone at my small table. I looked at the empty chair. I remembered dinners with my father. We talked and laughed. Those days felt very far away now. They felt like a dream that was not mine anymore. Some nights I cried. The tears came without warning. They fell down my face. They fell on my hands. I did not try to stop them. There was nobody to see, nobody to judge. I cried for my father. I cried for my lost home. I cried for my stupid choices. I cried for everything I destroyed. I thought about my father often. I wondered about his life. Was he okay? Was he eating well? Did he think about me? Did he miss me? Or did he hate me now? The questions hurt me, but I could not stop thinking them. One day I saw him. It was an accident. I was walking in the street. I saw a man ahead. He looked familiar. My heart stopped. It was my father. He was walking slowly. He looked older. His hair was more gray. His shoulders were bent. He looked so tired. I wanted to run to him. I wanted to say his name. I wanted to hug him, but my feet did not move. I stood still. I watched him walk past. He did not see me. He looked straight ahead. He walked away. He disappeared into the crowd. I stood there for a long time. Tears filled my eyes. They fell down my cheeks. People walked around me. Nobody stopped. Nobody asked if I was okay. I went home that night. I lay in my bed. I stared at the ceiling. The shadows moved slowly. I thought about my father. I thought about all the nights we sat together, all the talks we had, all the times he made me laugh. He was a good father. He loved me. I threw it all away. I threw him away. The pain was very deep. It was like a heavy stone in my chest. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. My life continued. Each day was the same. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, repeat. There was no joy. There was no happiness. There was only routine. There was only survival. I saw couples in the street. They held hands. They smiled at each other. They looked happy. I felt jealous. I felt sad. I remembered Elias. I remembered how he held my hand. I remembered his kisses. But those memories hurt now. They were not sweet anymore. They were bitter. They were painful. I realized something important. Elias never loved me. It was all a lie. A beautiful lie. I believed it. I wanted to believe it, but it was not real. He used me. He played with my feelings. He did it to my mother. Then he did it to me. Now he was probably doing it to that young girl too. This was who he was. This was what he did. I also realized something else. My mother was not perfect. She made mistakes. She hurt my father. She hurt me, but I did the same thing. I hurt people too. I hurt my father. I hurt my mother. I hurt myself. I was not better than her. I was the same. Maybe I was worse. Revenge